good. Woke up to some new money. Back then, show you care when you care, baby. Bring me flowers while I'm here, baby. Say you love me, I don't see it, baby.
Love you when you gone.
Death for promise, I ain't scared, baby. Only thing I fear is
on YouTube family. So today we are going to talk about HQL. That is Handgun Qualification License. So, you know, if you grew up in kind of parts of places that I grew up, the hood, you know, not the suburbs, the urban type areas, the areas is red zones, you know, stuff of that matter, then you probably never would have thought in a million years that you could actually qualify to get a legit handgun, or to just go purchase one. You know, you're so used to seeing people purchase guns on the streets that, you know, people in your neighborhood do that like it's legal. But I have news for you. You actually can qualify, meet the requirements, and be able to get issued a handgun qualification license in Maryland. Not a lot of states want you to have this license, or it is a requirement for you to have this license, but in our state of Maryland, you are required to. Okay, so first thing that we're going to go through is the things that will disqualify you from receiving a handgun license in Maryland. So for one, you may not possess a firearm in Maryland if you are a habitual drunkard, which is someone that drinks a lot. Now, if it's not known to police, then I guess they won't never know if you are a habitual drunkard. But if you have DUIs, if you have, you know, those type of things that are listed and that are in the system that the Maryland State Police can see on your background check, that might be a problem. Okay, if you're a fugitive from the law, that will definitely be a problem. If you are under the age of 21 for handguns, that is a problem. You'll have to wait a few more years. If you are addicted to a controlled substance, which means exactly what it means, then you are disqualified, you know, because you have to go through the approval. They have to approve you. Maryland State Police has to approve you. So if you have been convicted of a violent crime, that will disqualify you. If you are caught unlawfully possessing a firearm, you may spend up to 10 years in prison. And if you have 3 or more unlawful possession convictions, you may spend up to at least 15 years in prison. Now, that's just what it says on paper. For all those that have had trouble with the law and know these things, you know, you might not get up to that many years, but you will be penalized. All right? So, that will just disqualify you off the break. Now, one thing that you have to know is when you do go to take your HQL training, you will have to do a live scan. You will have to pay $65 for that live scan. All right. Depending on who you get the training by, you might spend from $125 to $160 for the instructor to train you. It's a 4-hour class that you have to go through. So with that 4-hour class, it consists of you looking at a video for gun safety, you know, how to use a gun, how to handle it, how to load it, how to unload it, and, you know, things of that matter. And then you will have the fingerprinting, which is $65. You'll have to pay about, I think, $10 to the state of Maryland for actually issuing you your identification, which they don't send out a ID anymore, not that I know of. What they will do is send out an email that you will have to, you know, keep in your files, or, you know, take a screenshot or anything, which has your HQL license number on it. All right, and HQL license doesn't expire till after 10 years of you receiving your license. So you'll go through the training video, you go through the live scan, you have to answer some questions on the Maryland State Police website. You'll have to create a login, you know, and in the questionnaire, you know, they'll ask for your name, your address that you're currently at, your height, your, you know, a whole description of you, and then you have to answer these yes or no questions. And don't lie on it, because they will find out. And if you lie, that could be a crime that could be punishable, you know, by some year. I don't know, really actually know the consequences of that, but you can get caught up. So after you go through the training, the video training, the live firing, the fingerprints, the questionnaire on the website, what happens is your instructor will tell you, all right, so you should be good. You know, everything went, you know, you passed everything right here on this step right here. So next is it's in the Maryland State Police's hand. And once it's in their hands, what they'll do is they'll do the regular background check on you. You know, they'll actually send you a copy if you requested to see a copy of it. I have mine right here. So they'll send you a copy of your background check. They'll do something what's called a NICS check, which is like a national check, you know, to make sure that you're not a fugitive, and they check your records basically outside of the states. That's what I took from my knowledge. If it was a national check, I don't think it's like a national Maryland check for all counties or whatever the case may be. Maryland database is Maryland database. So they'll do that, and then they say within 30 days, they will send you an approval through email, because I received mine through email, but I actually had mine in less than 2 weeks. So I guess each his own. I guess depending on how long your sheet is, it might take a little longer, but mine took around a week and a half. So after you receive your HQL license, then you know, I know that you'll be a little hyped, just like I was. So to get a better view of these qualifications, just to look it up for yourself and see if you fit those requirements, you can go to mdsp.maryland.gov. And you'll go to the licensing division, and you'll see the handgun qualification license, and it'll break down everything for you. It actually has a link to fill out the application on the site as well. So another thing, after you receive your Maryland handgun license, your HQL, before you purchase a firearm, the best thing to do is to fill out a regulated firearms application. So what that is anytime you purchase a handgun in Maryland or any other states for real, you will have to register the weapon. So with this application, what you're doing is you're basically, in a way, registering your weapon ahead of time. And in order for them to receive what weapon that you're registering, when you go to purchase your weapon, the dealer, the gun dealer, or whoever you're buying it from, what they'll do is they'll basically be able to go into your application and fill out the part that they need to fill out. Now, on this regulated firearms application, you'll be answering a lot of yes or no questions, which, don't lie, once again, no lying. Only lying will only get you caught up and get in trouble. So they'll ask you these questions. You'll answer yes or no to them. They'll ask you about your mental health. They'll ask you if you're a citizen. They'll ask you simple questions like that. If you can be convicted of this or that in another state or whatever the case may be. So after this application is done, you will receive an email that says you completed the application, and you'll get an application number. That's a number that you have to keep. So you'll have your handgun qualification license number. You'll have your regulated firearms application number. And then with that same email, you'll receive a 4-digit PIN. You'll have to keep that number too. 3 numbers that you need to purchase your handgun. All right. So it'll be the handgun license number, application number, and a 4-digit PIN. Now, when you go purchase a handgun, they'll ask you, okay, hey, do you have your handgun qualification license? So you'll pull that up for them, or so they can see. Since it's an email, what they'll do is they might go print out a hard copy just for their file. All right. And then as you're filling out the application, they'll soon ask that question, do you have your application number? Or did you even fill out the regulated firearms application? Because most times people just get their handgun qualification license and go rush right in and just hype. All right, I'm ready. I'm good. No, you're not, sir. Did you fill out this application? Oh, dang, I didn't even know about it. That holds up the process. You know, I went in there ready and they said, man, I like a man that's prepared. You need that response. So you have the application number. They'll pull up your application on their computer and they'll hand it over to you, and you'll have to just review basically your application to make sure that everything is correct. You review it. When everything is correct, your signature will be that 4-digit PIN number. That'll be your signature, because they have their part on your firearm, on your regulated firearm application. It's your part that you fill out on the website. Let me get you the website real quick. It's basically like a license portal website. It is called, licensingportal.mdsp.maryland.gov. So you fill out your part on there, they're open, and they'll fill out their part on their end, you know, which they'll put basically the firearm that you're purchasing, and you got to remember that 4-digit PIN, because that'll be your signature. All right. So as you do that, then you're done with your process. You make your payment, and they'll basically lock it up, and you're locked in with that handgun. But you do have to go through a 7-day waiting period, which is when your application goes right back to Maryland State Police, and they'll basically do another background check, you know what I mean, and make sure that, you know, the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and you will either get approved. Well, hold on. You'll either get disapproved, or in their words, what my application said, what my response said was not disapproved. So when I got my email, exactly 7 days later, early in the morning, about 8:30 in the morning, my email said that the Maryland State Police has not disapproved your request for purchase of a handgun, and you can go back to the dealer or the gun shop or wherever to go pick up your firearm, or arrange your pickup or transportation of the firearm. So once you see that, you know it's a go. It's a green light. You are good, and it's time to go pick up your baby. All right? So you'll go to the shop or whatever. You know, I went there as soon as they opened up. I didn't want to waste any time. I went, I picked it up. I had a copy of my receipt, showed them my receipt, but all he really wanted to see was my ID. So I showed him my ID, and he looks up your form. Okay, I got you right here. And all right, so you're purchasing this, that, and the third. All right, he'll go get your case for you. You know, whatever gun you purchase, he'll go pick up that case, whether it's a Glock, a Smith & Wesson, a Taurus, whatever it is. Put it on there for you on the table. Open it up. Make sure that you see that everything is correct. What he'll do is he'll read the serial number off with the serial number that's on your application that you filled out, because that's one thing that it has to match up, just to make sure that they didn't bamboozle you, or you're not, you know, make sure everything is right. I's are dotted, T's are crossed. And then they'll basically show you everything that comes in a box. You know, you got these clips, you got this, you got that. All right. One thing that Maryland requires before you leave out with any handgun is that you purchase a gun lock, basically like a chamber lock. It's basically like a little bullet-looking thing that has a screw on it, and it comes with like a tool to basically, when you put it in your chamber, you unload your gun when you're home, you put it in your chamber, you unlock your gun, you know, you decock it so it snaps back, and then you put that tool inside the barrel and you twist it. You twist the key basically to lock it. And what that does is the little bullet starts expanding. And it starts expanding. Until you can't twist anymore, you take your key out, you try to cock your gun, and it won't cock. That means that you're safe. Your gun is good. It's locked. It's not harmful to anyone. All right. They won't let you leave unless you purchase that. All right. Even though a lot of guns do come with their own kind of lock, this lock right here is a little different. You know, it's definitely a little different. All right. So you'll purchase that. You'll leave. They'll give you, you know, depending on where you at, they might give you like a laminated ammo, like index card. You bring that to the front desk, which basically means that you're approved to purchase ammo. Only one box. You know, they'll say you only one box. Nice hollow tips. That's what I got. And you're good to go. All right. So I hope that was helpful. You know, I will put a link of in my bio of the Handgun application site if you didn't get it the first time, if you just want to easily click. And I will put a link in my bio of the recommended instructor that I think is the best man for the job to get you set straight. All right, guys, YouTube family, it was nice talking to you. Next video, I will be showing you what my first purchase was. All right, hit that like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Your boy Easy Man. See you soon.
Show you care when you care, baby. Bring me flowers while I'm here, baby. Say you love me, I don't see it, baby.
They love you when you gone.
Death, I promise I ain't scared, baby. Only thing I fear is fake.